Hi everyone, it's Louise from Lulu Purple. Today I'm going to be showing you a mixed media canvas. I'm going to be using an old calendar image. This is the Gorjuss girl. So first of all, I have cut out my images and I am now going to use my matte gel. And I'm going to apply 3 coats of this matte gel onto the top of my image. So the first coat I'm going to go up and down with my brush so it's all in one direction. I am now drying this layer with my heat tool. The second layer I'm going to go in the opposite direction, so from right to left. The third layer I will go up and down again, but I won't make you watch this, otherwise it will get too boring. Once it has all dried, I then use some water and I spray it onto the back of the image and I start using my finger to rub the paper away. This is a very slow and boring technique, so I will show you a little bit and again fast forward to the end. So this is my image now that it's all dried. As you can see, I haven't got any of the paper that was on the back of it, so none of the pen is going to be showing through. I am now going to add a pencil line for my washing line. Next, I am going to use my matte gel and I'm going to put this onto the back of the image and on the actual canvas board. And now I'm adding a layer over the top of the image as well. I would just like to say sorry for all the background noise at the moment. Unfortunately, this is unavoidable as we have builders on the roof who are fixing my roof and chimney. And I also have a builder in the house who is completely gutting the shower and rebuilding it basically. So the background might be a bit noisy at times. After the matte gel had all dried, I am now going to be using my modelling paste and a stencil from Tim Holtz called Harlequin, and I am just going to use my palette knife to put the modelling paste through the stencil. I am now going to use my heat tool to heat set the modelling paste. As you can see, when using your heat tool, the paste will bubble up, which is okay if you want this effect, but they will deflate a little bit afterwards. If you don't want them to puff up like this, just let the modelling paste dry overnight. am now going to use my clear gesso over the top of my Gorjuss girl image, as I will want to use different pencils and paints over the top afterwards. The gesso gives the image more tooth. I am now going to use my white gesso to go over the green part of the outside of my image, as I want to change the background image to a different colour, so this is going to block out the green. Don't worry, I won't make you sit through the whole of this, I'll just show you a little bit and then skip to the end. Now that the white gesso has all dried, I am next going to use my distress paint Salty Ocean to colour the whole of the background. Again, I will just show you a little bit of this. I won't make you sit through the whole lot because that would be extremely boring. So this is my canvas now that all the paint has dried, and I'm going to use my Faber-Castell Pitt pen Dark Sepia just to go around the outside edges of my image to make them look like there's a bit of shadow behind them. I'm just using my distress paint again to touch up around the top of her head where I made a bit of a mess of the shadowing. I am now adding some yellow paper which I've drawn around the outside edge of my images. This is going to act as a mask for when I start stamping. And I'm going to use my Tiger Lily archival ink and my background stamp. As I'm doing this, I'm not really liking the effect of it, so I quickly use a wet wipe to get the ink off, and then I think I'm going to try again. So yes, I'm trying again, still not quite liking how it's coming out because the texture of the canvas, but I stick with that bit and then go on to my background text stamp called Daisy Daisy, and I'm just adding random bits here and there, and I think for this one I use my archival Dark Sepia. I'm pretty sure I've used that one for that. I am now going to use my Paper Artsy Stamps Jofi 36, and I am using my archival ink Fern Green for the first lot of stamping. I am just randomly stamping my images in different places with different coloured inks. This will take a few moments, so I will stop talking and just let you enjoy the process. I am also going to use my Jofi 31 paper artsy stamps. I am now using EEG 15, the Electrica paper artsy stamps. I am now going to use my white pearl metallic paint, and I'm just going to use my finger to lightly brush over the top of the modelling paste. I'm now going to use the leftover metallic paint and some cut and dry foam to put the paint onto my stamp, and I'm just stamping randomly with that stamp around my canvas. If you are using paint on your stamps, be sure to wash them straight away, otherwise the paint will clog your stamp up. I am now using my background text stamp again over the top of the modelling paste, as this area was quite bare, so it needed a bit of something behind it. I have printed my quote out on my computer, and I'm just going to use my distress glaze over the top of the printed words, so that when I come to use my matte medium or my matte gel, it won't smudge and smear everywhere. So now I'm going to use my matte gel to stick my quote onto my canvas. I am now going to use my Derwent Ink Tense pencils to colour in my bee. You then add water with a paintbrush, and this will turn the pencil into an ink, and it will then be there, and it will not reactivate once it's dried. I have cut my bee out and I'm just going around the outside edge of my bee with my Faber-Castell Pitt pen dark sepia. This hides all the white edges. I am now going to use my Cosmic Shimmer acrylic glue to stick my bee to my canvas. I'm just making sure that none of the glue has seeped out of the edges, as I want to use a pen around the outside of the bee afterwards. I am now going to use my Derwent graphic line painter to go around the outside edge of my bee and to give him his antennae back. I am now just using my ruler to draw back in the washing line, and I will go over the top of this with my Derwent graphic line painter. I am now going to use my Derwent Inktense pencils again to colour my Gorjuss girl to make her a bit more vibrant. I am also going to use my Derwent Coloursoft pencils to add a bit more shading and highlights to my Gorjuss girl. I am now using the outliner pencil, which comes with your Derwent Ink Tense pencils. This pencil will not move when you put water over the top of it, so it's very good for doing your outlines. I am now going to use my Derwent graphic outliner pen again to go around the outside edge of my B, which I thought I did earlier but obviously not, and to go around my quote. I'm just going to add some squiggly lines around my quote box, and I think that's about it, all finished. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. If you have, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Links to my website, Facebook and more will be in the description below. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you got inspired.